Howdy, everybody. Obviously, everybody now knows Jon Jones has retired. Dana broke the news post-fight press conference last night. And why would you break that news post-fight press conference? And he was asked a question, and that was his answer is, I spoke to Jon and he's retired. So you have to wonder, would he have even said anything had that question not come up? I'm forgetting the question, but it was a question about Jon. Anyways, guys, do me a favor. Please like this video, share it, hit that subscribe button. You know what? In honor of Jon Jones and his retirement, kick that subscribe button with an axe kick. Or a teep kick. Just hit that subscribe button for me. And let me know down in the comments what you think about this situation. And how it has, I guess you can say, resolved itself. Anyways, I wanted to give myself a full night of thinking about this before I made my comments. But now I'm ready to talk about Jon Jones' retirement. So here we go. Jon's light heavyweight run is undeniable. But it also depends your opinion on steroids. I have issues with steroid users. So I look at it with a raised eyebrow. But you can't deny his streak and what he did. I mean, roids or not, the guy cleaned out the division twice. So you have to give him some credit. Outside the cage, guy's a mess. Should have been sitting in a prison cell for 15 to 25. But, I mean, look, it makes him look like not a good guy, but the fact of the matter is, here's the truth about Jon Jones on the street. If you come across Jon Jones and you ask him for a photo with, if you ask him to sign an autograph, Jon's cool. He cool like that. As a matter of fact, during his rivalry with Cormier, I chased him 4 blocks in the city, and I actually got to the next venue that he had to be at. And he looks at me and he says, wow, for a fat guy, you got here faster than I did in a car. I gotta sign everything you got. Yeah, I didn't appreciate the way Jon said it to me, but you know what? It was funny. Now, you think right off the bat, what do we do with the heavyweight division in the UFC right now? Word is Francis Ngannou might be interested in possibly coming back. I don't know his boxing contract. I don't know his PFL contract. But Dana said he doesn't like him. He can't envision a world with Francis coming back. I don't like him. Are you kidding me? Really, Dana? Really? Now, if Dana wanted to come up with something tangible, something that would make you think, Dana can say, I don't know his contract situations the way I just said it. You could say, look, the guy's been boxing. He's made between $30 and $40 million boxing. His MMA training probably has been nil in that time. So it has regressed tremendously. I don't think he's a good fit. If Dana says something like that, you can kind of almost give him an out. But to say you don't like him and that's why he's not going to be re-signed. What the hell, Dana? You are effing the UFC as a company. You are effing the UFC shareholders, stockholders. And you're big time effing the fans who want him back. Look, Bob Arum and Don King hated each other. But together, Don King and Bob Arum made magic together. And honestly, right now, the heavyweight division, the UFC needs him. Now, I personally believe what I just said to you guys, that his skills had to regress. He hasn't been training in MMA. He's been training in boxing. So what's possibilities? Well, the PFL has some other guys. It's the Fedor team. You have Moldavsky. You have Nemkov. You have Oleg Popov, who isn't part of Team Fedor, but he's available. They could bring back Alexander Romanov, who they recently let go. There are some heavyweights out there. Henan Ferrara, still fast hands with Henan, even though Francis beat him. Alex Pereira moving up to heavyweight. Yeah, we all saw the video and the photos of him walking around at 240 now. Yeah, he looks like a beast, but look, here's the thing about Alex, and I like Alex Pereira a lot. He has holes that will be exploited at heavyweight. Where at light heavyweight and even at middleweight, there really wasn't the opportunity to have them exploited. And that is, his cardio is, I will call it mediocre. And he has no ground game. No ground game whatsoever. And you have to wonder if his power is going to translate. Look, Alexander Volkov, okay. Cyril Gane is still athletic. Pavlovich, he does hit hard. I mean, right now, honestly, the UFC heavyweight division looks limp. It looks as limp as a diabetic wee-wee, if we are being honest. I think fighting in the Contender Series and Dana White looking for a fight and all of Dana's side hustles, bring in heavyweights, brother. Bring in heavyweights from around the planet. They need work. Now, here's the thing. Dana also said that Tom is coming to Vegas this week, UFC 317 week, and International Fight Week, and they will discuss things. Tom Aspinall has already put out the word that he already has a fight lined up. Logic says it's Cyril Gane. Okay, that's a good fight. Both are athletic. Tom has incredible speed for heavyweight. But they need more. And let's not get things twisted here, okay? We do not know truly what Jon was offered contractually. There's Jon's side and there's Dana's side, and both lie like a rug. Word is that he was being offered everything he wanted. We don't know. But don't get it twisted, folks. Tom Aspinall needed Jon Jones and or Francis Ngannou more than Jon Jones needed Tom Aspinall or Francis. Jon had his legacy at light heavyweight. And if we look at it, Jon took time, got to heavyweight the right way, building his body up, won the strap, and he defended it once against Stipe. Now look, whether that fight was pretty or horrible, we can debate that. But we don't know what Jon's feelings were truly at heavyweight. Now look, he left light heavyweight just as the division was catching up to him. Okay? We don't know how he felt at heavyweight, and we never honestly will. He might not have felt physically well at heavyweight. He could have felt, hey, you know, it's a little bit too much weight for me to be carrying around. It's possible. I'm not saying that that's one of the reasons why he decided to walk. But the fact of the matter is, after Stipe, he was never fighting again. That's why I think it's something physically he just didn't feel good at heavyweight. He could have felt sluggish. That's what I tend to think. And it's sad because it's another fight that we don't get. You know, it's like Randy Fedor, Overeem Fedor, Brock Fedor, Tony Connor, Tony Khabib, Anderson GSP. It's just another what-if fight. Look, honestly, I'm happy this is all over. I'm happy that Jon has decided to call it. Let him live a long, healthy, happy life. Although, I'm going to safely assume that he's going to be in some sort of legal trouble sooner rather than later. And now he doesn't have Dana and the UFC to bail his ass out either. But let him live long, let him live healthy. So that's what I think about Jon Jones retiring. So, until the next video, it's Cyclone saying, peace out, home skis.